Hello dear friends, so this is a video of the July releases, new releases that picked up this month. We're going to stop once in a while, look inside, talk about the art and writing, but yeah, kind of a haul video, but doing it like that as we usually do. Let's go. So first off, The Addiction by Zurzolo, Quinn, and Balboni. I got this kind of like, I was like, I need to try reading some more new stuff. Liked the look of this, saw that it was kind of paranormal crime, but I didn't even realize that it's written by David Quinn, who did Faust back in the day. And when I flipped through the art, like looking at the art, I was like, I don't know about this style, but actually it's not bad. I'm gonna stick with it, see how it goes. I wouldn't say it's like great so far, but kind of pulpy and fun. She can alter the effect of like when she touches people, create like chemical reactions like sodium pentothal or acids and stuff. So yeah, that's her power. Epitaphs from the Abyss, a new kind of revamp or trying to rejuvenate or redo like the spirit of EC Comics from Oni Press. This has, well, this Libra Mayo cover here is pretty good, but different writers in here. Hotham. Nobody I'm like super familiar with except for Brian Azzarello. That story is okay. Everything in here is okay. That's kind of like the the thing about anthologies. I just get anthologies, but it's like I only keep like one out of every 5 or 10 because the problem is like an 8-page story. How good can it get really? But this first one isn't bad. I'd say I kind of like this one the best. Rather than one thing I like that they didn't do with the EC, like the EC style, is telling tales in second person, like saying like you are on the run, you killed a person or whatever like that. Rather, this one foregoing that, kind of as an alternative to that, is like told through his thoughts of like this kind of evil protagonist. And that's done well. I liked that change. I think I don't know what the reviews are like on this, but I thought it was pretty good. I kind of liked it better than Hello Darkness. People are mad about some political undertones in here, but I found it kind of ambiguous and kind of like taking the piss out of both sides, left and right. But I think if you're to take it literally, you might be thinking it's insulting intelligence of either side. Or I'm not sure, but yeah, not bad, not bad. Somewhat unpredictable, depending on your experience or whatever. But ultimately, nothing of very much consequence. You're not gonna get, even though they tackle these kind of like hot button topics. Well, at least I liked that it wasn't nailing you in the face with some kind of morality or message. Rather, it was like kind of ambiguous, but also nothing really deeper. Not really getting to any deep revelation or anything, but decent. I'll stick with it. Oftentimes, titles don't hit their stride in issue 1. Maybe I'll give it to like issue 3 or 4 probably. Here's the foil variant there. Let's see if we can fix this light here and try to make this better. Well, foil ones don't really pick up that good on camera anyhow. Garbage Pail Kids Trashing Through Time. I've yet to like read these, but I always like the art is just kind of like juvenile, simple, but entertaining and fun, in my opinion anyway. Gun Honey Collision Course number 2, the nude, cover E by Thaddeus Robick. I've just been getting like extras of these because I figure I'll just like flip the ones that I don't really like. They always look different in person though. Gun Honey Collision Course number 3, the FOC cover by Claudia Caranfa. They're nude, another lewd. This one I'm not so fond of, her face looks messed up. Here's another nude, number 3. Getting those nudes. Hate Revisited, number 2. I've yet to read this, but looking forward to it. And I want to apologize for the lateness of this video. I'd kind of like to do maybe a monthly roundup right at the end of the month, but kind of busy. That flood is kind of kicking my butt. I need to get the cleaning crew over again. I don't know if they did such a great job, and like they're kind of giving me like a little bit of runaround. They're saying like oh, even though they worked for half an hour because there was 2 of them, like, whereas that's not how they sold it on the phone, that we would be getting only half an hour of service while paying for an hour. Meanwhile, one guy just stood around the whole time. It's pretty ridiculous. Don't recommend that company, I don't think. Hello Darkness, #1. This has Garth Ennis, Becky Cloonan, James Tynion, yada yada. But it didn't really do anything for me. Maybe I'll try to read it again. Sorry to give, like, some negativity, but here's the Jenny Friesen variant. I'll see about keeping these later. Like, I'll just revisit reading them again. Some of these I did find actually kind of annoying and insulting to intelligence, but other people have found the reverse and Epitaphs from the Abyss worse than this one, so your mileage may vary, of course. Street Fighter and Friends swimsuit special. Just, you know, getting cheesecake swimsuit stuff once in a while. And I figure it will probably appreciate in value, this kind of stuff. You know, if I don't end up wanting to keep it around. This is, I don't know, there's like a bunch of different covers for this, but this style of art's pretty good. Let's flip through here a little bit. We'll just, you know, Cami. I like the colors that they use a lot of the time. It's Captain Commando. And I don't know who that lady is. What else we got here? Yeah, a lot of these are like pretty nice. They're just, the aesthetic is pleasing overall. But also, like, having grown up on this Capcom art, I kind of just, you know, have a fondness and affection for it. And just always, like, looking for good swimsuit stuff. This one's pretty good. I can't shout out the artist without, like, back looking up and stuff. Like, you could look it up. There's all people I never really heard of, so I don't know how, like, famous they are. There's a nice Morgan Ansland there. She's looking thicker than hell. Thicker than ever. The old character models weren't quite like that. Who are these people again? I forget. There's some good stuff in here, though. Looks pretty good. Where's Elena? That's the one I wanted to see. Did I show that one already? Come on, where's Elena? The capoeira chick from Brazil. I might have missed it. My bad. Damn, I suck. Let's find that quick. It's unprofessional here. Nope, we're just gonna keep moving. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Black, White, and Green. Who were the first to do this? I want to say even like Frank Miller is the first to do like the black and white in one color with like Babor Red and Lost, Lonely, and Lethal. Probably not. There's probably somebody who did it like earlier, right? But yeah, I have yet to read these two. I have like a backlog. I don't know what my problem is. I keep reading old comics and not reading new ones that much. But yeah, this art looks pretty decent. It's nice to see Casey Jones' story starting it off here. Let's just flip through a little bit. Just real quick. Yeah, this looks pretty good too. So yeah, those will be getting a read. And just kind of like, I might just read them all at once. Again, the problem with anthologies is kind of like, how deep can you get in one story? And like, you know, there's like always 4 of them in there. So the average grade, depending on like how disposable a number of stories can be in there, we'll just kind of take it down. But pretty good art in this too. Again, I'm just skipping shouting the artist out. I'm sorry about that, but I mean, when it's not people I'm familiar with, it's a little bit overdoing it for me if I like flip to and from the index and whatnot. Seems like it would be a little bit phony of me to be like, this is blah blah blah. Meanwhile, this is the first shit I've ever seen by them. But unless I fall in love or something, you know. This style looks pretty good too. Kind of like this. Looks pretty good. Okay, moving on. We have Underheist, the latest issue, number 5. I don't know how far this is going, but again, I just want to like get these all together, then read them in their entirety. There will be stuff coming up that'll have more in-depth, like reviews on here. I just haven't read everything. Penthouse Comics, number 3. Again, kind of liking these. They're just kind of like, they remind me of kind of heavy metal stuff from Europe, or maybe to some extent erotica, but these so far are like less erotic and more kind of like intrigue, mystery, action, but with like a spattering of like sex and nudity and stuff. Okay, moving on. Okay, folks, that was all the single issues and magazines. The rest is actually trade paperbacks, graphic novels, and art books. So quite a lot of those. It seems to be that I gravitate towards ordering those more so than floppy issues. There aren't like a ton of floppy issues that I'm super interested in, especially, if I take chances on them at full retail and then don't find out till 2 or 3 months later. That's like $15 a title or something. Whereas a lot of the time, a few years later, you might find them in those $1 bins anyways. You could just take a chance on them then. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm cheap, so I just go for the art books instead. The new Xenozoic collection from Mark Schultz here. Yeah, we're just gonna flip through this a bit here. Let's do it. Showcases art. Mark Schultz, just a beast, a total beast. This collects all of the Xenozoic tales up to this point. Is it up to issue 13 or 14? This, of course, the original before Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, right? Everybody knows that, though. Who doesn't know that? Really classical style. I really love it in the black and white. It was reprinted in color under the title Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Was that from like Epic or Pacific? Really classic stuff. Nice composition too. Nice use of like black to create framing and contrast. Kind of pyramidal composition there. Classic. Frazetta used that a lot too. I have a lot of pages like bookmarked here. Just to like, I can do this pretty quickly, but just giving Hannah Dundee some love. Some people's waifu, maybe. Ideal waifu. I remember in interviews he was saying that he tried to build the structure of like a team, whereas in a lot of modern times, think Night of the Living Dead, that trope of like there's always somebody in the team who's kind of undermining or like an adversary or kind of like, annoyingly detrimental. Whereas he wanted it kind of like an old-fashioned way. I think he was modeling it on Hatari, John Wayne movie, where people, even though they have conflicts in their interests and values, they are still inherently good and try to work together or try to just be kind of like mature. Oh, Dahlgren. She's an adversary though. Dahlgren the babe. A bit of a femme fatale. Yeah, some nice stuff in here. Great figure artist too. Really pretty stuff. Just want to give some love to Mark Schultz here. I'm gonna put timestamps in the in the video. Probably not immediately after this video goes up, but just when I have the time to do it, just so you can skip around if you're not into this title particularly and whatnot. Just a couple more minutes. So he's got to fight this alligator, but he's like, no guns. Someone will hear while they're escaping from a prison. It's a fucking huge alligator too. Let's see here. Because, it's Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. He just has to fight it with a knife, of course. There's always a lot of action in these. Dahlgren. Vienna. Nice, always some nice picks. Just like he's so capable. Who can draw this, man? Ships in a storm. And all that foliage, and animals and fauna of all kinds. Get to the end. Just gotta give it some love. Gotta give it some love, man. Cephalopods? Is that what those are called? Some Hannah Dundee love here. Oh yeah, really nice fonts at times too. Nice splash page, you know, foreground, middle ground, background, depth. Stuff that's always going on in Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Or pardon me, Xenozoic tales. Look at those bottoms she's wearing. Getting a little scandalous there. I'm for it though. This is always tasteful though. So the adventures of Hannah Dundee and Jack Tenrick will continue. Look for more mystery, mayhem, and intrigue in future Xenozoic stories. So I was kind of hoping, I don't know, buying this like blindly, I was hoping that this would have like the conclusion that we've all been waiting for like what, over 10 or 15 years or something, but I guess not. I have all these probably in like triplicate now in different kinds of like releases. Damn, dude. But yeah, hopefully there's a conclusion at some point. Not that, no rush though. It's kind of cool that he's taking his time, but he's busy with all kinds of other stuff. Okay, the next thing here. Kommix by Charles Burns, the latest release from Charles Burns, which from what I gather, there's no write-up on the back. It's just all this like just abstract stuff, but it seems to be kind of just like fictional, like, sorry about saying like so much, just covers for magazines and comics that don't actually exist. Kind of these takes on like romance and stuff here. And these made-up fonts too, maybe made-up languages. But this kind of looks like it, at times it looks like it says something, right? Like this could say hate. Maybe this says sassy frenzy or something. I'm not sure there. Teen diary. Throbbing heart. And it's all kind of like this. Well, I mean, it differs, it varies. Huss. Yeah, there's a lot of nudity in this too. Not gratuitously, but, you know, part of what he does. Sex decoy, lost, lonely, and unloved. Sad girls with no future. This kind of reminds me of like Richard Koren. Is that the dude? His photography. There's two pieces here. And he's always got like some sci-fi, horror kind of elements sneaking in. Just about every second or third piece, probably. There's a nice shot too. Unwholesome love. I like the look on her face there. Unwholesome love. Vagina beauty. Great. I'm gonna get... I like this one. Drug buddy. Yeah, saying these words is gonna... Now I'm gonna have problems with the video. Outreach or whatever. This is pretty good though. It's pretty funny. Teenage romances. Teen diary. It's pretty suggestive there where her hand could be. And the look of her top. Teenage romances. I told you we were going to get sleazier on this channel. There's a nice inside cover piece too. Yeah, so the new Charles Burns release, Kommix. I wish it was something to read. It's kind of more just a collection of like almost fully finished doodles or something, I'd say, more so. Or like a body of work, like a gallery show or something would be something like that maybe, but still pretty cool. Yeah, still pretty rad. I don't know why I'm getting competitive thinking of how you would rate it against like Black Hole or something though, right? But yeah. Anyhow, moving on. From Humanoid Press's biographical line, Life Drawn. This is through Clouds of Smoke, Freud's Final Days. Kind of just going through the events and years leading up to his death from mouth cancer, and it just spreading. He's a very sympathetic figure in this. I think when you're younger, maybe, pun intended, you kind of like Carl Jung. Or I'm not sure if it's like that. Maybe I'm just thinking like it for myself. But Freud, I mean, he's not perfect, you know. Nobody bats 1,000. Maybe that's even the nature of like parasocial relationships. This is like, you know, you get so exposed to somebody's work that you're gonna yeah, so it has these thoughtful, sensitive drawings, but then it has these kind of horrific things too. But yeah, he wasn't like perfect or anything, but a fucking savage beast, man. Ruthless mind. You know, Titanic. Pain, pain, pain. Yeah, so he's kind of like a sympathetic a look at him here. Or like, he seemed like, the other thing I like about this biography is like all the people in it are so like pleasant and like wholesome. The way they like all take care of each other, family and friends, and they're just so, you know, that old-fashioned way of like talking and being like thoughtful and cordial too, where it's like, it's not insincere, but everybody's like just really good in this. Yeah, goes up to like the nausea occupation too, and he has to leave, but I'm glad it doesn't turn into some kind of like political thing or anything really. But yeah, you gotta feel bad for the dude. And like the way he looks at his own sickness too, like the practicality and stuff that he faces it with is like pretty heavy and stuff. Okay, another from that line, Life Drawn from Humanoids. This one just came out, The Twilight Man, a biography on Rod Serling. Rod Serling and the Birth of Television. You gotta love Rod Serling, the man who like wrote most Twilight Zone episodes, and not just the episodes on TV, but books, radio plays. Like there's so much out there. Born on Christmas Day, Christmas Baby, bless. So this has like a bunch of biographical stuff here. Looks pretty good. I only flipped through it, but I don't want to like spoil it for myself. I'm scared I might have at points actually, but hopefully by the time I get to the end, I'll forget all that stuff. Sometime in the war. And it has these nice chapter breaks too. Kind of showing some stuff. References to iconic Twilight Zone stuff here. Yeah, different stages of his life. Another nice chapter break. Looking forward to this just because, I mean, Humanoids doesn't put out trash, right? There are some other ones coming out that are like comic or graphic novel biographies on Philip K. Dick, but those are from like presses and artists that I'm not familiar with, and I'm kind of scared. They're like, what, $40? And I'm kind of scared that a character like that might be so, you know, when things pass cult popularity to like, kind of maybe it's too mainstream, maybe the hacks are starting to deal with it, so I'm not really taking chances on those, unfortunately. I wish I could find them used, but I don't think those will turn up used, will they? But, you know, characters like Rod Serling or Freud aren't really too trendy. So, it should be good. I mean, there should be like an underlying passion rather than passion and interest rather than any kind of like hopping on board the what's it called? Bandwagon. Yeah, I guess he actually wrote the original script for Planet of the Apes. Adaptation, that is, from a book, though. Not by him, but yeah, I didn't even know that. Okay, gotta avoid spoilers. I don't want to see the back of that. Moving on. The Art of Steve Rude 2024. So this is all just like sketches and paintings by Steve Rude from like the past year or so. A marker drawing, Fantastic Four, with Dr. Doom. This is just insane. Yeah, this Green Goblin in marker. My man just going in marker. That looks wicked, doesn't it? The contrast and everything, like, Emma Frost. How often do you see an Emma Frost by Steve Rude? What else we got here? Yeah, him using himself as reference. Some of the process for commission for Green Lantern. He's using himself as a reference there. And you can see that this looks pretty good, but then he starts to bring more green and get color harmony all over the whole thing. It does look better there in the final. I'll keep it moving, but yeah, some Spider-Man. That looks great. That just plain looks great. Big Barda. Some straight to ink studies, sketches. You can tell these are pretty speedy, but see the cross contour? A lot of the time painters, they, rather than like painting in blocks, they paint contour along the shape, the same way that you would hatch. And you can see these are, even though these are just pretty simple hatching, if you were to use block painting for the shape of the head, for the entirety of the head, say like beige, and then come in with different color there, then you'd be getting that simple but very effective technique or effects. Like, you don't need a million colors to paint. You gotta like just use a few. And I think that's what he's showing there, that is possible to do. Like, this is probably just, you know, all blocked in this beige color, and then a little bit of white highlight, and then this blue, just brown, making it darker, hitting it and blending it. Oh yeah, these have like notes too. So he just does studies like a ton of the time, doesn't he? He just like doesn't stop. It's cool here to see the underlying like shapes. What does this say? Watercolor, Prisma on Fabriano hot press pad. Looked just fine. Study of Bruce Lee. Actual size. Art, watercolor, Prisma on wet media board. Oh yeah, and he has a YouTube and Instagram too, where he shows him like working and stuff. Here's some Disney. How often is Steve Rude Disney? That's worth checking out. Very underrated, man. The dude like deserves way more subs. The amount of subs that he has, you'd think he's just some like dude like us or something, man. These are nice to see, these pets and stuff too, animals. It's nice how like simple the shapes and everything are, but they look so animated and well done. Where are we going next here? Here he is studying some Frazetta. What does this say? Be not fooled by his braggadocio or speed. These are minutely worked out paintings, finished in every sense, regardless of believed factors. Nice horse too. So this kind of study of that. Some Frazetta stuff here. Some more Disney. Yeah, I'm only showing like a, you know, just a sample of this stuff. I wouldn't want to like break copyright or anything. Just go sub to him. Look at this Sue Storm. Looking pretty lovely. Finish off showing this book here with some Nexus and Sundra. Dude rules. Okay, next up. Got Inside Moebius Part 3. Because this is the same shop I found that Inside Moebius Part 2. It's weird, these things just kind of like turn up like that odd rooms and corners of that store. I asked him to keep an eye out for Part 1 for me. Haven't opened this yet, you know. I'll check out Part 2, and I'd like to check out Part 1 first. But here's another Moebius thing. This is gonna be weird. This is like almost gonna like make me dizzy and pass out with my nose bleeding looking towards this, because reading all these things as a kid, it feels like a culmination to read this, which was Moebius doing a Major Grubert from the Airtight Garage from 1997 to 2009. So pretty wild, and it's kind of exploratory, improvisational. The Major is a psychedelic sequential romp created by Moebius between 1997 to 2009, following a production principle that embraces graphic spontaneity and improvisation. The lead character of this pseudo-story, Major Grubert, evolves into a humorous, yet philosophical manner, echoing the way that Moebius creations are treated. Oh man, so much in life has happened along the way of reading all these. I don't even know if I could do it, man. I don't even know if I could read this. It's like, it seems so ominous or something, man. It's so like heavy to face that. But I'll get over it. Yeah, I should probably open that, flip through it, but no. That's for me. Sorry, guys. I'll do a lot for YouTube, but I can't do everything. Okay, John Romita's Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, Artisan Edition. This might be a great way to just collect these, because I told you that I was like, rather than getting originals, just getting Marvel Tales, but this is pretty sweet, man. These are like, I mean, okay, I won't show too much of this, because I mean, you either are a Romita fan or you're not, so you kind of don't need me either way. But I mean, I don't know. Even if you were to like think if this was like an EC artist or something, he'd be bitching. Does this reprint the stories in entirety, the issues in entirety? Because they are like in order in here. If so, maybe this is just the ideal way to get these, because how much is this again? Man, it's wicked seeing process. $39.99. So, I mean, if you have like a decent comic shop, you're paying less than this, and in Canadian money, that's like significantly less. You're paying more like, sorry, let me think here. 40 times 8 is 31. $31.50 or something like that plus tax. So, not bad. I mean, you're saving the time of trying to hunt down all the Marvel Tales, get them all beat up, out of order, or you could just go with this. So, this might be the way to do it. If they print them like in entirety. I'm a sucker for Spider-Man, man. Reading these again, I'm like, I feel all worried when Aunt May is sick and stuff. I'm like, oh man, I hope he's gonna be okay. Like stuff like that, it gets you. Okay, lastly, The Art of Arthur Adams. For some reason, you can only order these through previews, the softcover though. And I think the hardcover is like 60 US. What is this, 40? Just get the hardcover, man. I'm dumb. I ordered this through my comic shop, realizing that on Amazon you can get the hardcover. But, yeah, check it out, dude. How lovely is it? It's not fully comprehensive of all of his work, even though the subtitle is like 40 years of blah, 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 but... See, that's the thing. I'm trying to open this wide so I could show it off, but it being a soft cover is not staying open, man. It's not staying open, man. That's a big difference. Well, because sometimes the difference between a hardcover and a soft cover is like $100 even. Like the artisan editions are what, like 40, but artist editions are like 150 and shit. So yeah, that's a big difference there. But this, only a $20 difference. I think that's very worth it. I'm just, I'm gonna give this to I'm gonna give this away as a present, probably. My cousin's not gonna see this, but he was my older cousin that kind of like was the first one to have all the Arthur Adams stuff and show it to the rest of us when we were kids. So I'll just give him this. Then I won't even let him know that I have the hardcover. Okay, classic X-Men #1 cover. How nice is that storm from the insert, from the inside cover? Lovely, man, lovely. Where we got Fantastic Four, or the new Fantastic Four. Sorry if I'm all hunched over. I'm trying to use a different mic too, because the other mic I have is like my gaming headset, And the problem is that the sound is super good, but also the mic is super good. So even if I have my mic like far away, far, far, far away from my face, you hear me breathing like Fatty McGee trying to climb loads of stairs. So maybe this one's better, but I'm hunched over right now in front of a hot ass lamp and it's like 30 degrees in here. So sorry if you can still hear that shit. His iconic Godzilla. Pretty big here. You can't really tell, but who is this? Personal work. Some Vampirella. And dude from Creepy. Who's this dude? Maybe from Eerie or something? Not that familiar with that stuff. Oh yeah, Predator. How often do you see that? Let's get in a little closer. This must be Dark Horse Presents or something. Just assuming. Wildcats. Art Adams' Lady Death. Let's get a little closer. Damn titties would be fucking slapping. Puff. Okay, we're getting sleazy again. Gotta give you what you want. Who is this? Gatecrasher. This is just like personal doodles. Man is line like rolls. Is he using microns or something, huh? Is it brush? It's not brush, is it? I'm sure I could find that out easily, but it's more fun to guess and ask people, you folks. Johnny Future. Oh yeah, this is the last book, so I'm just gonna finish off flipping through it a little more. So I also have the used pickups for the month, but I guess I'll do that in a separate video. This one's getting a little long, right? I kind of like long videos myself. I like about an hour or so, but I love it. Look at this fabric look at how good the fabric looks. And that dude too. That monster, the teeth, the tusks, the snout, the folds of like tough, thick skin around the eyes. Like that bony, gnarly forehead. Her nails, the rings, the jewelry, all the textures, the skin on those hands. Those weird ribs sticking out through the skin. This fabric too. That wolf looks like a nice guy. Doesn't look like a bad dude. Sorry, this lamp is hot. There's a trope for pop comics there. Girl in space with the dome helmet. And an ape guy with a dome helmet. What's the name of that movie again? How's that Forbidden Planet, is it? I forget. Some Walking Dead. I guess he did like a collection of covers that all connected for that. That's pretty sick. What's her face? That's one of the Whisperers, I guess. And Michonne, her dreads look sick here. It looks wicked. It looks like Medusa hair. If you were to try and draw that, it'd be good to get a similar effect. Bride of Frankenstein. Stark underlighting. Always dramatic. I think a key too when you're doing cross-hatching shading is like, don't do it a bit at a time, because when you come to it later, the hatching will have like different thicknesses or directions. It won't be uniform. I think you kind of want to do it like at the end. That's just me though. Just my opinion. This is Return of Wolverine #1 variant cover. The X-Babies. So yeah, when this X-Babies stuff came out, I know it pissed a lot of people off, I guess, but I was of the age that I was a little kid and I just thought it was the shit, man. Him doing chibi before it was cool. Shaolin Cowboy. Those fish look awesome too. And here's that cover extended, well, in black and white as well. I love that, the color. The color looks so nice, man. When, like, stark lighting is coming through, like, jungle kind of foliage, you could feel, like, how hot that jungle must be or something. But the color is, like, it looks like candy or something, that kind of orange. Looks really good. Okay, but this is the last book, last page. Thanks for watching. There's, new releases from July. I'll try to, like, keep on track and show you other new releases in case you're thinking about them or didn't know about them and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. But you know all that already. Okay, talk to you soon. Cheers.